on my wall.
What a friend. What a giant.
Well, I have 5 kids, and it's something I've done for a long time. And one of the key things when it comes to kids, or even older kids, is you have to keep it fun. You can't make it something, yeah, they've got to be quiet. Yes, they need to listen and pay attention because you're hunting, and you may be hunting with a gun or a bow, but it's always important to keep it fun. Kids love to have a good time. I'm a 50-year-old man. I love to have a good time. Hunting should be enjoyable. And I think that's the key principle to having kids enjoy the outdoors.
I've always had a big passion for the outdoors, and so it just come natural to Gavin. He killed his first deer at 5, killed his first buck at 6, and by the time he was 7, I done had the stick and string in his hand. Started shooting some ASA tournaments, so we shot them for a few years, done really well in them. He's had several encounters with big bucks on the ground with his bow, and he's just never been able to close the deal. So him turning 16 this year, you know, I was thinking, man, is he ever gonna kill a big deer with me? You know, I've seen all these deer and we've seen them all, and now he's getting ready to get his license. So, you know, there ain't gonna be much father-son hunting anymore. It's gonna be, Gavin's gonna do his thing and I'm gonna do mine. And we was fortunate enough to find a farm in Kentucky, and we could actually start hunting in September. So with that all being said, you know, it was pretty exciting.
Well, we started out in about August, and we just found a piece of land to hunt in Kentucky and realized that we could go out there and we could put mineral licks out. So that's what we did, and we put the trail cameras out, started shooting the bows earlier, everything was earlier, and we got good pictures of a good 8-point buck. Came back and it was opening weekend. We got a perfect wind for opening day, and that's when we slipped in there. We picked that spot originally because we had a flood out that came in there and it wiped out all the corn, and the farmers came back in there around June, July and planted it in little beans. And there was bright green beans coming up right there, and we were standing, it was a standing corn all the way around looked like a little eddy, but the eddy was just full of just bright green beans, and they were hitting it hard.
No doubt. I stood up to go turn this way now. They were like 10 yards from.
So as the evening progresses, we've probably seen 5 or 6 more does. They all come in, done what they was supposed to, but no bucks, no show. So we're feeling kind of low. We only got 2 weekends to get this done before I head to bugling winds in Wyoming. And Gavin's got school all week long, and I said, go ahead and pack it up, son. So he's packing stuff up, I'm packing stuff up, and I decided to take one more look out in the field, and I just kind of raised up over the corn and looked down, and here comes the big buck with the doe.
He was diving in the dirt. Oh my God. I just shot the biggest buck of my life.
So after Gavin shot, he's super excited, pumped up, and I know instantly the shot's further back than what he's thinking, and I'm trying to stay optimistic with him so I don't make him, you know, feel real bad about it, but I'm knowing the shot's back, and I know we're gonna have to give this buck overnight.
September 4th, I shot a monster buck last night. He was 15 more inches than what I thought the deer it was. It wasn't our 8-pointer, it was a 10-pointer. About 155, 160 inch 10-pointer with some junk on his left G3. But if any luck, that shot I made last night was way back. But so we're gonna head out here and go try to find him. It's next morning, about 6 o'clock, 6:30. We're gonna go find him. It was just long, sleepless night, knowing that I might have just wounded this deer. And we headed back out there and we searched, and I happened to walk right past the buck, and Dad played a little trick on me. He ended up finding my buck less than 100 yards from where I shot him. All right, guys, we've been looking for about 30 minutes and nothing. We're about to go back out here on the edge of the field and see what's up. Did you find him? I think that my dad just pulled a prank on me. I haven't even seen him yet, but I know Dad's got something up, and I know he's found my buck. I haven't even seen him.
Come up here. Walk straight through there. You walked right by him.
Really? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that is a pig. Oh my God. Dude, that deer didn't run 20 yards in the woods. Oh my God. Hey, them wagons are something else. Look where I shot that deer. He might have ran 20 yards in the woods, which is maybe 100 yards from where I shot that deer. That right there, that has to be the only reason why this deer right here is laying in front of me. That is my biggest buck ever. Oh my gosh. Look at that velvet baby. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Oh.
It was really good for him to kill the deer with me because, you know, I've been wanting to kill a big deer for 8 years now, and he's had several opportunities. It's just never happened. But when he finally released that arrow and we had horns to back it, you know, I was pretty stoked. So Gavin gets it done on the first weekend, which is a big bonus to me. Super busy. You know, I got one more weekend and then I'm heading out west to Bugling Winds outfitting. So with him killing first week made it a lot better than having to wait that second week.
Your odor is betraying you. It's ruining your hunt, pressuring your property, and killing your opportunities. This year, let nothing stand between you and your best season ever. Deploy a steady stream of odor-destroying molecules every second of every hour of every hunt with Ozonics. Available only at OzonicsHunting.com.
I've been going out west for the last 8 or 9 years. The first couple of years I went as just a videographer to New Mexico and Colorado, and then for the last 4 years I'd actually done it do-it-yourself, and I actually hunted. So with me, pursuing these elk, it's like chasing a giant turkey, because that's the only thing I have it in reference living, you know, in the States here, that you can actually know what you're chasing. You know, you can hear them just like I can vocalize with the gobblers. Deer hunting, you know, it's just sit there and wait and you don't know. But as far as elk hunting, they're screaming at you just like the turkeys are gobbling. So it's just magical. I mean, you can just walk for days and days and days and never even see another house. I actually chose bugling winds because I've been to the big nice lodges, and I've been to the, you know, the guide that's gonna, you know, do everything for you. And they do it, but it's a 28-mile horseback ride into where they're hunting. So it's out in the wilderness, and that's what I wanted, was a wilderness hunt. I didn't want, you know, the lodge. I didn't want all the fancy stuff. I wanted to be out there living with them. I wanted to be out there amongst them. So I'm pumped going into the first real morning of hunting. We get up, and it's me and Beaver and Tony and Mr. Brian, and we all head out on horses and get probably 2 miles from camp, and it's just fog. You can't see nothing. We got sheets of fog going through, and we have three different group of elk, and they're on a big, high, rocky mountain. There's no trees. It's just big old rocks. So there's a mile in between us and this elk that there's no cover except for this fog. And I tell Brian, I was like, Brian, I think we can get up there on that bull if we just let the fog roll in. When the fog stops, we stop. When the fog comes. So that's what we do for the next hour. We chase this bull, fog comes in, we go a little further, fog stops, we lay down. I thought it was gonna happen. I mean, he bugles at him, and as soon as he bugles that big one, he stands up, he bugles, runs another little satellite bull off, comes right over to his cows, and you think he's gonna kick them up. They're about 50 yards from us, and he stands at 80 just bugling at us, and they just stand up and turn around and walk to him. That was the last we seen of him. Who knows where he went.
Ooh, winter wonderland. Here it is, September 25th, 24th, I believe. I don't know. It's one of them days. We woke up to a 3-inch snow, so hopefully these elk will get worked up. We've been on bulls the last 2 days. We're gonna go down in the lower country, down below camp this morning. So, with any luck, we'll have a nice, beautiful tracking job with some red blood all over this pretty white snow.
All right, so the start of the second morning, like I said, it's snow, 6 inches, still snowing pretty heavy. None of the other guys wanted to go out, so Brian took me out. Of course, my cameraman, he's still laid up in the bed. His back's broke, his knees are broke. I done beat him a bit, so we actually just take a short trip behind camp. He'd said he had been seeing about a 380 8x7. So we go back probably a mile. We had actually walked probably about a mile, and I'd heard an elk off in the distance, and Brian actually went over to the, I guess, the edge of the mountain or the edge of the, whatever you want to call it. It was steep. And he's doing some glassing and comes back telling me he sees one down there. So I hurry up and get down there behind this great big old rock, and he's actually about 100 yards away and kind of feeding away from us. And Brian let out a couple soft cow calls, and instantly elk lifts his head up, looks right at us, and here he comes. He's on a string coming straight at us.
Another one. That whacker just smoked him. Thank you, buddy. My cameraman's sick, couldn't make it, so Mr. Brian, my guide, he's on the camera. That was a show. He wasn't 10 yards. We're gonna give him a little bit of time. He just went in there. I bet you he lays down. He ain't gonna go far. In the snow. Awesome, 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 awesome. God.
So we get back, it's been 3 hours. I got the whole crew with me, and we start sneaking in on where we had last seen the elk, and lots of blood, lots of blood. We had actually got up out of his bed, and we found another bed about 50 yards away. And as we was looking at that bed, you could see there was coyote tracks all around it. And we probably went another 50 yards, another big old bed. So we decided it was best if we just went ahead and backed out, knowing that this elk had been laying there for 3 hours and had already got up 3 times. We didn't want to push him no further off into the mountains. We go to the end of the rocks there right before it drops off the mountain for the last place we'd seen him, or last place we'd actually found blood. And we walked to the bottom of the hill, probably 200 yards, and within 100 yards of the flat ground, he was piled up. He didn't go nowhere.
Here it is, September 25th. We're here at Southwest Wyoming at Bugling Winds Outfitting with Mr. Jess Hankins and his family. We shot this bull yesterday morning, and the coyotes actually jumped it up 3 times, so we let him rest overnight. We come in this morning, we've been here about 3 hours. Jesse found it. It's not by far the biggest bull we've seen, but it put on a great show. We've seen probably 4 bulls, 330 to 350 already, and it's only the 3rd day. We're about to go have some more action. I'm going out with the rest of the guys in camp. There's 3 more guys in camp. This place is just absolutely amazing.
Now that we found my elk, I'm back to fist pumping and happy as can be. First ever elk, Bugling Winds Outfitting. Couldn't be more happy. Great family run business. Just a hunt of a lifetime. If you ever get a chance and you're in the 67, 68, 69 unit of Crowheart, you need to look up Bugling Winds Outfitting.